So you think it's a good idea to introduce gaming to your kids, or your kids started already showing interest in video games and you need to act fast? Fear not, because by the end of this video you will know the best practices and tips about how to handle video games at young ages. Don't worry if your kids are already on gaming, as it's never too late to start using these tips. Let's get started. Although gaming most times becomes a personal activity, introducing video games to kids should always involve parenting. And as every new fun thing in a kid's life, video games will most likely get them excited. This is the part where you need to build the foundations of a healthy gaming time with your kids. How do we do that? By making it a family activity. All family members play video games together, or the kids play while parents watch and help them when they're stuck. Once it is established that video gaming time includes all family members and not just kids playing on their iPad or consoles on their own, there are less chances to become an activity that kids will need privacy or do secretly. And it's really important to avoid that, as it later evolves to a bigger issue that includes two major areas. Time. If that becomes their personal time, it's hard for them to define when it's the right time to play and for how long. It's my personal time and I can spend it how I like. Content. If that becomes their personal time without supervision, there will be no filtering in terms of how relevant and safe the content of a game is for your kid. Being a parent is sometimes very demanding, and the easiest thing to do is to just let your kids play video games to get yourself some time to relax or do something else while they're occupied. But it's not the right way for them to engage with gaming and other similar hobbies. So summarizing, be present, be part of the fun. As all regular activities, gaming is easier to control and enjoy when it is planned and scheduled. Agree on specific days, times, and frequency that gaming can take place based on both your kids and your availability. Avoid late hours in the day or before bed when kids are tired and have less energy and patience to play video games effectively. Another good thing with planning is that kids love their routines. When they know the days and times they are allowed to play video games, they feel more safe, and there are less incidents of them not wanting to stop or deviate from the plan. So to summarize, choose the days, times, and duration you and your kids can play games. Video games are a very popular hobby that most people will have in their lives one way or another. Some people start this journey in early years, some others as teenagers, and some can be gamers for the whole life. But that doesn't mean everyone loves video games, and it's not different to any other activities your kid might want to do. A kid might like football or dancing while their parents don't. So even if you're not a gamer, or if you don't think gaming is the best hobby for your kid, it is their choice and you need to embrace it. Just because it might not sound interesting to you or you're not good at games, it doesn't mean it's not for your kids. Remember that while kids play video games, apart from increasing their vocabulary and exercising their reading, they also develop some very useful skills on how to multitask, set and achieve goals, learn how to tackle things based on circumstances, follow rules, and use some good thinking. Parents naturally support their little ones more when it comes to things they know well as adults, or if it's something they enjoy doing, but kids have their own personalities and interests, and they need your support even if it's something you don't know much about. You need to show interest in what they play, how they play it, what challenges they might be facing in a specific game, and understand why they play it. It is the only way for them then to listen to your advice on moving to another game if the current one upsets them, but also to discuss with you about something that happened in a game and they really enjoyed or hated. Believe it or not, it is a great way to know more about your child's personality and fears, as it's sometimes easier for them to talk about these things through the lens of video games instead of a proper conversation that could make them feel uncomfortable to share things with you. Also, as parents, we're all scared of things moving too fast and we can hardly catch up with what is out there, so this is also a quick and nice way for you to be up to date with trends and things happening on gaming, which is one of the most common topics on kids' discussions at schools. So to summarize, accept your kids' interests, support them, and build a healthy relationship around that. Video games should be a hobby for kids, but that doesn't mean you can't use that to get inspired and creative on lots of other activities. You can paint with them their favorite characters or items of a game, play some stories based on games with figurines, or even better, act like you're in the game in real life and have fun. If you go a step further, you can use themes and patterns inspired by their favorite games to do maths or other exercises, as they will find that a lot more fun and engaging. Kids normally pretend all the time and they're thinking about games even when they're not playing, so grab this opportunity to use this for them to get creative. You can find the soundtrack of their favorite game and listen to it, as this will make them curious about listening to more music, or you can find videos and documentaries about their games. That will help them understand a lot more than the actual experience while playing, which might spark new interests around people making video games, hard work to achieve things, and see a different view on gaming. So to summarize, use games as inspiration for other activities and take advantage of their passion for games. Kids are always curious and find fascinating anything that is not for their age. Testing the limits and doing something that they shouldn't is a natural human instinct. Following the PEGI ratings is the only safe way to ensure your kids are not exposed to things that are not for their age, including violence, hard language, inappropriate actions, and more. Kids are in early stages of personality and character development, so following the age ratings is the right thing not only for them, but also for you as a parent, since you're not taking any risks of having conversations with your child about things they're too young to understand and digest. However, as we said, this is the first step and it's not enough, as not all kids are the same, so even if the rating fits your child's age, you always need to be there to judge if a game is safe for your kid to play. The same way you wouldn't let your child watch a film that is inappropriate for their age, you don't want to allow them to play games suitable for other ages. There's a whole process of protocols and checks that all games are going through to get the age rating, so there are always reasons a game might be rated for 12 years old instead of 7, and it's not on parents' judgment to deviate from this. It's very rare a game to have a lower age rating than it should, but it's still possible. The easiest way for you to check if a suitable game based on the age rating is a good choice for your kid is to watch some trailers or very quick review videos, as you will get a good feeling of what content this game includes and understand if your kid will find it interesting, challenging, or inappropriate. Spend an hour to create your kids' separate profiles based on their age and set up the parental controls on the devices they have access to games, including your mobile phone, multiplayer parameters, and transactions, as that keeps them safe and you don't have to worry about anything. So to summarize, follow the rules and age ratings, filter yourself, and use common sense. Last but not least, if you're a parent and a gamer, don't expect your kids to like the same genres as you, so draw a line between what you play as an adult and your kids. Even if you enjoy playing cute games or Sims, doesn't mean your kids will like these more than action or puzzle games. One thing I can assure you is that watching and sometimes playing with your kids games you would never play is most times more fun and eye-opening than you can imagine. Yes, watching my little one playing a Mario game brings great memories and satisfaction, but it's not about us. It's all about kids.